if anybody know about business, you don't keep that type of, it's just regular account. So I had to wire the money from somewhere. Okay. So I wired the money to the account. And when I wired it to the account, I went straight to the bank. I go to the bank myself to make sure shit does. The thing is that I can't make all the money unless somebody else do all the dictating and do all the controlling. Yeah.
He don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any. Floyd,
are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd could.
I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests
that you are bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have publicly responded.
Well, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
Yeah. Floyd Mayweather Jr. opened up on Joe Rogan's podcast about claims of losing $1.1 billion, saying he still owns a private jet and hundreds of properties. He added that if people consider this being broke, then everyone would want to be in that position.
Let's talk about the Business Insider article that ran.
Yes.
We debunked this reporting, but the gist of it was that Dan Geiger, the BI reporter, said that you didn't do the $400 million Black Spruce deal. Mm-hmm. And you sued BI and Geiger for defamation recently. You said that Geiger harassed you and your family through hundreds of phone calls, and you also said his reporting was racially biased. What do you hope to get out of suing Geiger? Why did you do that?
Well, I'll leave that to the judge. I'll leave that to the lawyers. I just want the people to know, I'm 48 years old. I know you guys want to talk about real estate. Only thing I'm doing is answer the question.
That is a real estate question.
Okay, so out of 48 years, I'm 48 years old, and I've never sued a media outlet. The media outlet throughout my life has bashed me, talked bad about me, spoke bad about my family. I'm not a liar. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a liar. I worked hard to build my name, to build my reputation, and I'm not gonna let anyone go out there and smear my name and talk bad about me, talk bad about my family, or talk bad about my companies.
Meanwhile, a viral post on X about Floyd Mayweather Jr. has surpassed 7 million views, claiming he went bankrupt after earning between $1.20 and $2 billion in his career. The post described scenes of his homes and cars being auctioned as shocking. Financial expert Akos Gupta reshared it, explaining that Mayweather lived an extremely lavish lifestyle. He reportedly never wore underwear twice, hired daily car cleaning services, spent $12,000 weekly at a Japanese steakhouse, and once threw $50,000 into a pool for entertainment. He also purchased diamond-encrusted items, a $10 million engagement ring, dozens of luxury cars, and 2 private jets worth $60 million and $30 million. Gambling losses added millions more, and even a $7 million jewelry theft didn't slow him down. The IRS demanded $22 million, but much of his wealth was tied up in illiquid assets, causing delays. Gupta added that by 2026, 1 jet had been sold, and a court allowed creditors to seize his Bugatti, while one of his strip clubs owed back taxes. He also still allegedly owes Logan Paul $1.5 million from years ago. His team reportedly asked Showtime for financial records, but they were said to be lost in a flood. A car dealer who sold him over 100 vehicles revealed that Mayweather always paid in cash and enjoyed displaying his wealth.
I'm pretty sure I'd be upset too if I was somebody else. I'd be mad at Mayweather too. I'm 29 years or 30 years, you keep getting money like this. I'd be mad too. I'd be hating on Mayweather too. Continue to hate. You know, people only talk about winners. I'm a winner, so continue to talk. Keep your bread fresh. Put it in the bag. Want me the bread, man. Tip money. Fucking throw it in here, too. Throw it in the Floyd bag. See, I'm born crocodile phones, Himalayan phones, crocodile bags.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. defended his lifestyle, stating that it's his personal choice, and he wouldn't mind if others earned and spent money the same way. He believes that jealousy is the main reason behind rumors about him being broke.
B, because he's still waiting on the 1.5 from Floyd Mayweather. He made this video simultaneously with the beef with Le'Veon, and I don't know, maybe it's coincidence, maybe it isn't.
Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2. The fight nobody asked for except me. I need this. Because if Floyd wins, he can finally pay me my $1.5 million. I don't care about the legacy fight. I don't care that these men have a combined age of 100 years. I care that Floyd Mayweather, the best boxer alive, uses those same hands that made him 100 million to Venmo me my money. And Floyd, if you're watching this, win it and pay me back or I'm gonna send my goons after you. Gotcha. Hey.
I really don't know why I watched that. Yeah, listen, dude. Logan is, again, functionally a coward for not doing this. I was really excited for it, too. I couldn't wait. That was gotta be content, stud. But, I mean, okay, yes, I understand if he is under WWE contract, they're not going to allow him to do it.
Wade Plemons reacted to statements made by Logan Paul, confirming that Mayweather still owes him $1.5 million from their exhibition fight, highlighting ongoing payment disputes.
19 million of the money was lost. So to lose 19 of 20 million, I mean, what, did you go to the casino over and over? Like, you know. So Rechnitz, now mind you, this is Floyd's new buddy, his new financial advisor. Rechnitz became what prosecutors called, quote, one of the single most important and prolific white-collar cooperating witnesses in the recent history of the Southern District of New York, testifying in multiple federal corruption trials. He claimed to have weekly phone conversations with Mayor de Blasio on his personal cell phone in exchange for campaign contributions. De Blasio, of course, was never charged. Now in court, Rechnitz paints himself as a changed man. While living in New York, I felt pressure to become a big shot, he told a judge. Sound familiar with Floyd Mayweather?
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is reportedly facing financial pressure, with some analysts blaming his current management. His extravagant lifestyle combined with questionable decisions appears to have worsened his situation. Court testimony mentions Jonah Rechnitz as a key figure, describing him as one of the most significant cooperating witnesses in recent Southern District of New York cases.
5 months in prison, 5 months house arrest, but he's yet to serve any time. He got sentenced to 10 months in 2019. Five months in prison, 5 months and house arrest, but he's yet to serve any time. His sentencing has been repeatedly delayed and reassigned to different judges. But he remains free nearly 9 years after pleading guilty. So he's been out of jail for 9 years. The guy hasn't even done his 5 months. So he's got his hand in the corruption cookie jar still, it seems like. After the scandal, he moved from and became a jeweler. He launched Jadel Jewelry and Diamonds, leveraging connections to celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Shaq, and Scotty.
Jonah Rechnitz described weekly calls with Bill de Blasio in exchange for campaign contributions, although no charges were filed against the mayor. In court, Rechnitz presented himself as reformed, recalling pressure to gain influence while living in New York. Some observers compared his situation to Floyd Mayweather Jr., suggesting that similar pressures and management decisions can complicate finances. Despite legal issues, including prison and house arrest sentences, he has yet to serve time, highlighting the complexity of financial and power relationships.
Yeah, like you said, he was Mayweather, Money Mayweather, and now he's suing because he went through his money, blew his money, whatever. Look, I don't know what the truth is fully in there. I know Steven Espinoza was named. He ran Showtime at the time. He was named him. I never was a fan of Espinoza. Again, I'm not afraid to say and not mince my words when I feel a certain way. And I've taken arrows for it, and of course I've also taken some praise for it. That people say, hey, Teddy's going to say what he feels. I was never a fan of him. I never thought he was a man that kept his word. I never thought he really did a great job over at Showtime. I mean, they put some good fights on because the fights were available, because the landscape...
Teddy Atlas noted that public perception of Floyd Mayweather Jr. has shifted dramatically. Fans who once celebrated his success now mock him, finding humor in what many see as his downfall. His previously admired luxury lifestyle and undefeated record are now being questioned. Atlas emphasized how quickly public opinion can change, showing the fragile nature of fame and fortune in sports.
Mayweather get that 6-fight, $250 million contract, but what was unheard of about it, Mayweather got to pick his own opponents and still get paid. Mayweather, the persona he cultivated, whether you like it or not, has sold tickets. He was a big draw. He was the top earning athlete, 2012 to 2014. Mayweather did his thing for sure. But in this lawsuit, it is alleged that while Mayweather was paid several $100 million through his different associated, those 6 fights with Showtime, and then after that, he did the Pacquiao, for which he received a $100 million check, but he was supposed to get $200 million. He got a $100 million check, but he was supposed to get. So it's easy to get blinded, like, it's a lot of money, but if you're supposed to get more, you're supposed to.
An economics expert analyzed Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s financial situation, explaining the complexity of his earnings and business deals. Al Heyman, his longtime advisor, helped secure a 6-fight $250 million deal that allowed him to choose opponents while still earning massive payouts. The expert noted that Mayweather became one of the highest-paid athletes between 2012 and 2014. However, lawsuits claimed that despite generating huge revenue, he may have been underpaid in certain fights.
Fought Conor McGregor, huge. He fought Pacquiao. So now he's talking about fighting Mike Tyson. He does seem to be having money problems. And I don't care how many goddamn watches he bought, the amount of money he made boxing, unless he's been getting swindled on the business end. Once you start getting into having hundreds of millions of dollars, you're getting $10, $15 million a year or 20, 30, $40 million a year in interest. Right? If you're just in the stock market is like doubled in the last 4 years, right? I mean, so Al Heyman is this. He's not like a Don King. He doesn't have that reputation. He has this, that he's a brilliant businessman. He stays totally in the shadow.
Analyst Fannin recently discussed legal actions taken by Floyd Mayweather Jr., showing how financial issues have led him to sue former business partners. Despite earning over $1 billion, his spending habits, gambling, and tax problems created serious challenges. These lawsuits appear to be efforts to recover money he believes he is owed or to address mismanagement by trusted associates.
According to TMZ, let's get to the TMZ. Floyd Mayweather sues Showtime, saying, "I'm missing hundreds of millions of dollars." Floyd Mayweather Jr. says he made over $1 billion in earnings over his legendary career, but the 50-0 fighter claims all the money didn't make it to his bank account. He is now suing Showtime, claiming they played a big role in his ex-manager screwing him out of hundreds of millions of dollars. In the lawsuit filed by Floyd in California and obtained by TMZ Sports, Mayweather says he's gunning to recover hundreds of millions of dollars in the misappropriated funds and damages resulting from long-running and elaborate financial fraud.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. owned dozens of luxury cars, multiple private jets, and high-end properties, while also investing heavily in jewelry and extravagant events. Gambling losses and unpaid taxes added further pressure. Despite massive earnings, these expenses pushed him toward legal action to protect his financial interests. Analysts say these moves are not just about money, but also about safeguarding his reputation and business legacy.
Those parties to see whether or not this is something that Floyd should have known about, or did know about, or maybe did not understand. Because it seems very, very funny that Floyd would not know that the money was getting paid to Al Heyman and not directly to him. Regardless, I don't know the outcome of that. I will talk about this, though. The absolute blatant karma up in Floyd Mayweather's face for all the smack he talked about Muhammad Ali and how Muhammad Ali's name was only worth $50 million and he sold half of his name for $50 million and how he's made so much more money and that makes him all of that. Talked about how Muhammad Ali, I'm sure, or I don't know if he did, but I'd heard, talked about Floyd. Yeah, he did, because he talked about his money and how he had to sell his name because he didn't have
Despite earning over $1 billion, Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s spending habits, gambling losses, and tax obligations appear to have significantly affected his net worth. Reports of unpaid taxes and lawsuits contrast sharply with the image of wealth and dominance he once projected. This situation highlights how extreme spending and poor financial management can impact even the richest athletes.
That we're going to go through in this video. Now, I've been covering boxing for double-digit years. Allow me to take you through it. A simple Google search shows Floyd Mayweather. You type in his name, you're going to see some fight photos and whatnot. But the top stories, and there's multiple stories, and we're going to take a look at some of them. But as mentioned, Business Insider is now reporting what you see on the screen, that Floyd Mayweather is being accused in lawsuits of owing millions of dollars for luxury watches, gold, and rent on palatial apartment, right? The bullet points. Floyd was sued for allegedly failing to pay rent on a luxurious duplex.
Joe Rogan explained that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s spending habits played a major role in his financial issues, pointing out his obsession with million-dollar watches and unnecessary luxury purchases, showing a pattern of extreme excess.
It's the $500K, $500,000 in arrears plus late fees minus a deposit that Mayweather paid at the start of the lease and the $100,000 catch-up payment. So they deducted what he did submit when he was made aware of this, the $100K, and I guess a deposit. So the remaining balance is that. An attorney for Mayweather did not provide a comment by deadline. He has not responded to the lawsuit in court. In a separate legal matter, so we've already went over one with this luxury condo in Manhattan, right? But a separate legal matter, a Miami jeweler sued Floyd Mayweather last month, alleging the boxer owes more than $1 million for jewelry that he took but never paid.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.